You're watching Lynn TV. I'm Lucy Robson with this week's main stories. One striker was treated at PAPHOS General Hospital following altercations with police as a construction strike continued this week. The building strike started 2 weeks ago with lack of protection against cheap imported labour being one of the union complaints. This week, the Building Contractors Association rejected state proposals on collective agreements, claiming the Cypriot economy was too fragile to impose criteria for wage hikes and cuts. And unofficial sources have said that PIMCO, the US company responsible for the due diligence review of the Cypriot financial sector, is insisting on a worst-case scenario, assuming a devaluation of properties by 65%. PIMCO said that the Cypriot banking system would need a €10.1 billion EU bailout to raise its basic capital to the level required by the European Banking Authority, impacting negatively on its sovereign debt. Meanwhile, the Troika, which is negotiating the EU bailout deal, have reprimanded Cyprus for failing to implement points of the memorandum agreed on ahead of a formalised bailout deal. And French company Total was granted hydrocarbon exploration licenses in Cyprus' exclusive economic zone blocks 10 and 11 this week. And a surcharge on electricity bills is being scrapped 2 months ahead of schedule by CERA, the energy regulator. The 5.75% surcharge was imposed on power bills after the 2011 Marie explosion, which destroyed the island's main electricity generator. The charge was added to help the Electricity Authority cover the costs of the explosion. Rising power bills have been crippling consumers and businesses. And beef burgers containing horse meat may have arrived in Cyprus from an Irish exporter. The authorities are in communication with the Irish authorities as they investigate. And finally, boosting sports tourism, 8 Russian football teams will be in Paphos this month to compete in matches as part of the Football National League of Russia. The cup competition will run from February 10th to 20th. The first teams arrived in Paphos last week. Well, that's all for this week's news roundup. Visit our print version news for what's on in Paphos. We'll be back on Monday with a fresh update of local news.